Hey, what's up guys? Christopher Serrano here. Thank you all once again for tuning into my first ever YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be covering this guy right here. I'm going to be showing you guys how I managed to tackle the braided beard hair and the braided mustache hair. I'm just covering like some basic Zbrush tools, and yeah, hope you enjoy. What's up guys, my name is Christopher Serrano. I'm going to be teaching you guys how I kind of make braided hair for like the beard. Let's just see where I put my reference up. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to recreate this luscious braided beard here as easy and straightforward as I can. It's pretty simple once you kind of know how to attack it, and you're gonna see the way I do it. It's pretty easy. I like to focus on just like one little section of it, duplicate it, and then stack it on top of each other, and then at the end it'll look like one whole piece. So what you're gonna see what I mean in just a second. I'm gonna append a sphere here. It's pretty big, but it's okay, and I'll move it after I create what I needed to do. Let's move this up a little bit. Okay, cool. So here is this. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a couple subdivisions just so I can work on it, not too much. We don't really need it to be too high right now, just enough to work. I'm gonna go under geometry and delete lower because I know I'm gonna have to do it eventually. Okay, so and then I'm gonna go ahead and just like sculpt it in. I'm gonna go VCT for brush clay tubes, and I'm just gonna sculpt in these just one little overlapping link, and then duplicate what you're gonna see. Okay, actually, so I'm gonna need to put this is a cool little trick here. You go to transform, activate symmetry, do it on X, and if you do radial, you'll be able to watch. If I go here, it'll be on the back as well, which is actually pretty neat. And you'll have to, it kind of saves time, and you can actually do a couple cool patterns with this. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it 2 while I create this beard here. So I'm gonna focus on this strand right here, on the right strand. I'm gonna go a little dirty with it because it doesn't need to look perfect right now. Just gotta get the main shapes. So this right one comes all the way over, and then I'm gonna go with this the left hairs right here that are going underneath this hair. And that symmetry is working beautifully. Okay, just keep it like this. You can go however thick you want. Just try to keep it reasonable. This actually might work for right now. I'm just gonna go in. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go with BDS for my damn standard brush. I'm just gonna make some indents here, just making sure it's visible that they are overlapping each other. Seems pretty nasty right now, so I'm gonna hit it with a Dynamesh. I'm gonna keep it at 128. That's good to go. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna hit W, and I'm gonna hold Control. It's gonna allow me to duplicate it without creating a different subtool. And what you're gonna see, I'm gonna go to subtool here. When I hold Control and drag up, it's gonna mask the original one, and it's gonna allow me to keep it together. I guess that's one thing. And then I have to position it just where it pretty much looks like it's overlapping itself and kind of braiding on itself, kind of. Yeah, you can always kind of like rotate it if it's not looking too great. And then after you get however many links, I think this guy has like 10 links, but I'm gonna go with like 6 links just to kind of keep it light for this tutorial. Mask everything, it kind of looks like it's braiding already, which is pretty cool. Hit Shift F and you can tell that they're the same poly group. I don't want that right now, so I'm just going to hit auto groups and make it its own poly group, so that way I can easily control each little braid. So there's this one, this one, and then yeah, so keep going forward. So yeah, humongous compared to the guy. So I'll just move him down, move the beard down. And let's see, I'm gonna have to rotate a little bit just because the braid is looking a little offset, so that's okay. That's why we do the radial symmetry, because if you turn it all the way around, it kind of keeps the braid intact. So I'm going to do BMT for move topological. This just means that I can just move this one thing without having to mask everything, or just this braid without having to like affect everything else. I'm going to hit symmetry because I need to work on both sides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start pulling the hair, pulling the braids to his face, I guess, to make it look more reasonable, obviously. Let's see. Yeah, and this part's a little scary because you kind of have like messing up everything you just did, but in time you're gonna see the benefits doing it this way. Another cool tip on how to move like meshes away from the screen without having to rotate it is if you're on the move brush and you want to pull something towards you like this without having to like rotate and then move here and come back here, you can hold Alt with the move brush and just click and drag, and right now if I'm going side to side, it's going based on the normal's direction, like where it's facing. So if I want to do it here, it's going to move where the normals are facing. So it's actually a pretty cool trick if you want to, like in this case, how I'm having to grab this and pull it out. I think it works for the move topological brush as well, yeah, which is even a lot better. Alright, okay, so what I want to do with this too is I kind of want to taper the bottom because it's looking too thick at the bottom. What I like to do is go here to the gizmo and taper it. Hit this bottom taper here. Not too much because then it starts looking too weird. Alright, about that. Hit the icon again, hit accept, and then we got this little beard going. Alright, well, there you go. There's like a base for the beard, little braid there, but I'm just gonna spend some more time moving things around, pushing things around, just making sure everything's looking reasonable before I start hitting it up with the hair brush alpha that I like to use for my hair, and it really makes it a lot easier to make the hair look better. And then I'm just going to create like a little, I'm going to insert another cylinder just for the little hairband, like the little hair. Oh yeah, where'd it go? Just a little hair tie. And a lot of people like to do like jewels, like clips or beads like these guys right here. So I think I'm gonna do like a simple bead, like I guess like something like this, just like something pretty simple. Go Shift F to see the wireframe. So I'm gonna go BZM for my Z modeler, and I'm gonna grab like 3 of these poly loops from the top and bottom, and then auto group them so I can extrude them out. So that way it gives this little bead right here. Okay, so hit spacebar, hit poly group, go to poly loop, hit this one, and this one, and then the bottom 3. So then you're gonna hit space again, you're gonna want to do Q mesh, poly group all, and that's just gonna grab the poly groups that I just looped out like this. Alright, cool, so there is the main part of the beard. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just create this little, let's go back to the reference, create this little tail end right here. So it's gonna be pretty simple. Insert yet another cylinder. And I'm going to taper it because it's like hair. I'm going to bring it down to a point. Pull this white bar here to kind of even out the little cone shape. You could still taper the top a little bit. that should work. I mean, let's see. I might have to make the top fatter again. And then this one, this looks fanning out like this. Okay. Search it out. Kind of looking. Yeah, okay. Cool. And it looks like it's kind of leaning to the one direction, so I'm gonna go ahead, go to Gizmo, hit a bend arc, or no, it's bend curve. Pull this little cone once so I can get a little, pretty much like a subdivision here, and I can bend it whichever way I want. So it looks like it's going this way. I can move it up here too. And yeah, well, that should be fine, except, boom, looking like something. So for the mustache, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna insert a spear this time. Move it down to where the stash would be. I'm just gonna work on the one side because then I'm just gonna mirror it to the other side once I get the shape that I like, and then work from there. And I'm not too sure yet, but I might do like a braided mustache too, just to get crazy with it. I saw this guy's braided stash and a goatee, so I might throw that in at the end. But I'm just gonna use this as a place marker or a placeholder for my beard. I feel like that's okay for now to work on. I'm gonna mirror and weld it so I can have a full stash now. And now I'm going to work on symmetry because it's fully symmetrical. Let's see. It looks like he doesn't really have a lip either, so I'm going to make sure I cover the lip there. Alright, he's actually, yeah, once you start putting everything down, it starts to look like something. It's looking pretty good right now. I'm gonna upload my brush that I like to use for hair. Ah, there it is. It's first sculpting. Okay, cool. Let's see if you can tell the difference. I think you can run a smooth too, and before you start doing, yeah, that's something good. But it's looking a little low, so I'm gonna go back a little bit and Control D. Subdivide it all. Now it's like at 3 million, which should be more than enough to put some of this hair on. Oh yeah. And I don't even have to do much. I'm gonna just go right over it, and look at that. It's just creating some long hairs. Just gotta make sure you're going with the fibers, or else it just kind of looks too messy. You could even give it a little curve too, like this, like a little tangle. And you can get these brushes pretty much anywhere nowadays. Any website that has to do with 3D resources, like you can do it. This one was off of like zbrushguides.com, I think. Yeah, by Pablo Munoz Gomez. So check his brushes out. They really work for speeding things up, like in this case. So here's the mustache. I'm gonna give it some subdivisions so I can sculpt some hair on it. Yeah, look at that. It's a lot better. Possibly too much. But you see how it's like nasty right there? It's because it's like hasn't been dynameshed yet. Then I want to show you what happens when I dynamesh it. Oops, I'm just gonna delete the lower because I don't need it. Dynamesh it. Oh, that's way too low. Bump up the resolution. Let's go to like 480. Dynamesh. And now you can see the little pulling of the geometry is gone, but so is some of the details. So I'm gonna have to come back with my fur brush and give it some more hair. Yeah, I'm just gonna add these braids here, the same braids for the mustache. So let's see, I'm gonna choose the ones that I want, which is gonna be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So now I have these 4 or 6. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6. And I'm gonna hold control again. And actually, it's not letting me because I have subdivision levels. Delete the lower, hold control, pull out, and now you have a whole nother braid here. A whole nother lock of braids. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move it into the mustache. Check it out. Now, just as easily as you created that goatee braid, now you have a mustache. Right, okay, so then we're going to mirror and weld this other braid to the other side. Oh wait, I did it. Oh yeah, I did everything because it still has this braid as part of this braid, so I'm gonna have to split this mask point, and now this braid is by itself. And now I can mirror and weld just this single braid, and it'll keep everything else the same. Alright, cool. Now it's looking a little weird at the end here because there's just no ending to these braids. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy these right here. Awesome. So there's that. Oh, look at this other part accidentally duplicated. Let's see. So what I'm just gonna do to get rid of that, I'm just gonna hit auto groups, and that way I can just click this separately. Oh, wait a minute. It just, oh, it did mirror, it completely mirrored well. Interesting. So what I'm gonna have to do is go back a little bit. Actually, that's all I had to do. Cool. I thought I had to go back like way further. But the reason why this happened was because when I duplicated this piece right here, this piece down here was still a part of it. It was just masked out. And then when I mirrored and welded to the other side, it mirror weld this to the other side depending on the on where the axis is. So I don't want that. So go back, make sure I split the mask areas right here, and then now I should be able to. Yeah, so now it's just that. Now mirror weld. Now it's just that piece by itself. Yeah, because that didn't make sense having two beard tails. And then I'm glad I caught that. So now I'm just gonna keep filling up the neck area. So this is pretty much how I create hair for my characters, or if I'm doing any type of hair work, I usually just keep it very simple. And if it's like repeating pattern, then I just focus on one area, duplicate it, and then stack it on top, and then it ends up looking like one whole mesh like this. But before I wrap it up, I'm just gonna play around with the guy's hair up top here. Probably give him some better hair. Maybe give him like a little fade or something on the side. Make him look more like a Viking. So I'm just gonna go back to that fur. Go to him. Give him subdivisions. So that way, let's see. See how it'll look. Yeah, it looks pretty good for the top hair. So see, you can even do it up here, and looking really good already just by one stroke. So look at that. This guy's got some slick hair. So I'm just kind of chipping away the old hair he had, just to kind of keep it flat, to kind of make it look like a fade. Right, so B and V for the move. I'm just gonna pull out his caved in temple, and like right now his ears like way low, but you know, this is just me kind of messing around, having fun. After like an hour or two of sculpting, you just start kind of hitting the zone and kind of just start messing around. So let's see, almost done here though. Alright, so there goes this guy, looking pretty good. Got a nice little haircut going on. Let's see. Yeah. And then let's see, another place where there would be hair would be the eyebrows. Let me just show you again the same for alpha for the eyebrows. It just works amazing. And that pretty much sums it up with the tutorial on how to make braided hair. I hope you guys learned something new when creating this, and hope you try out, or hope you are more confident in trying out hair now just by looking at something this simple. And before I do that, I guess I'm just going to pop off a little BPR render just to show you guys how I guess it would look with a render preview. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And I could just sit here, play with the lighting all day if I want, but I think you guys get the point. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment box. And thank you for tuning in once again. Happy sculpting.